Today we are going to study the poem Go and Catch a Falling Star by John Donne. This is part first of this video. John Donne was born in 1572 and he died in 1631. Let us now have a brief introduction of the poet John Donne. He has written this poem Go and Catch a Falling Star. John Donne was born in 1572. He studied at Oxford University. The life stages of this poet had his fame as a metaphysical poet. The most famous poems include The Flea, The Anniversary, The Dream, The Sun Rising. He had an occupation as a poet, priest, and lawyer. His works included Love, Religion, and Death. The style of his writing poetry included metaphor, paradoxes, and puns. John Donne passed away in 1631. Let us now have a brief introduction of the poem. This poem, Go and Catch a Falling Star, is a metaphysical song. It includes impossible tasks, emotions and reasonings, and has a stereotypical view. It was written at an early age by John Donne. As far as the theme of the poem is concerned, in this poem the poet is trying to put forward his opinion about the woman, that every impossible things can be made possible, but we cannot find a faithful woman. Let us have a brief view of the summary of this poem. In Go and Catch a Falling Star, Donne expresses his lack of faith in female sex. He talks about some impossibilities like catching a star, mandrake root, and where all past years are. As these things are impossible, similarly it is not possible to find a faithful woman. He has created an imaginary situation where it is quite impossible to find a fair woman no matter how long one takes in search of her. Let us now have a brief stylistic analysis of this poem. The genre is a poem. The rhyme scheme is as below: A B A B C C D D D, A B A B B B C C C, A B A B C C D D D. The first para and the third para are similar in rhyme scheme, and the second para has a different rhyme scheme. The meter of this poem is iambic tetrameter. When we paraphrase, we simply come to know that in Donne's imagination of this poem, it is very difficult to find a true and pure woman, but in the text use of expressions like mandrake root, write 10,000 days and nights, yet she will be false, or I come to two or three, make the text more appealing and more beautiful. Let us now have a look at the various figures of speech used by John Donne in this poem. Alliteration. Alliteration is the occurrence of the same letter or sound at the beginning of adjacent or closely connected words. In line 23, though she were true when you met her, where and when alliterate. Similarly, in line 8, what wind alliterate. Assonance. Assonance is resemblance of sound between syllables of nearby words arising particularly from the rhyming of two or more stressed vowels, but not consonants, but also from the use of identical consonants with different vowels, such as killed, cold, culled. Here in line 3, tell me where all past years are. The vowel "a" has an assonance. In line 12, there is assonance in "ride" and "nights" of the diphthong "I". Ride 10,000 days and nights. Consonance. Consonance is the recurrence of similar sounding consonants in close proximity, especially in prosody. Here and find has consonants in line number 7. Rhyme, though at next door we might meet, there is rhyming in at and meet. Let us now analyze the title of this poem. The title of the poem, Go and Catch a Falling Star, tells us that Donne is talking about any impossibility because everyone knows that it is impossible to catch a star, whether it is present in the sky or falling from the sky. As the title is impossible in itself, the rest of the poem also talks about such impossibilities which are created by Donne himself, like listening to a mandrake root or finding any fair woman. This is stanza first of this poem. Go and catch a falling star, get with child a mandrake root, tell me where all past years are, or who cleft the devil's foot. All these 4 lines contain 4 tasks which are impossible to do. Coming to the next line, teach me to hear mermaids singing. This is also an impossible task. Or keep off envy's stinging. Envy is always stinging and we cannot keep it off. So these are yet another 2 impossible tasks mentioned by Donne. And find what wind serves to advance an honest mind. What is the wind which turns a person to be honest? This is also an impossible task and it cannot be done. Go and catch a falling star. Get with child a mandrake root. The picture on the right hand side shows that it is not possible to catch a falling star at all. The poet gives us tasks, and these are the impossible tasks which cannot be achieved. It is not possible to catch a falling star. To get a child from plant root, the mandrake root represents a woman. It is just like the figure of a woman. So Donne gives us the task that it is not possible to produce a child from the mandrake root. The rest part of the poem will be discussed in the second part of the video.